Hello, my lovely ladies. How are you all doing today? You having a good week, a good day? Well, if not, hopefully this video provides a little bit of uplifting for you because I've got a different topic that I want to talk about today. And I was thinking, how might I invite you into my world a little bit more while still keeping my privacy? Because I am a private person. So I thought I want to show you some ways that you can add a little whisper of elegance and femininity to some of the things that you're probably going to do every day anyway. So come on in, get comfortable, get something to drink, maybe get a notepad or something to take notes on, and let's have a little chat. So, as I mentioned, today's topic is going to be a little bit different than the past two. We're not going to talk about chasing trends or fashion. This is not going to be about chasing perfectionism, but about some of the more refined habits that you can incorporate each day to help you live classy and move with elegance every day. Because around here, we know that elegance is not an occasion, but that it's a mindset and a lifestyle. So, as I mentioned, I want to share with you some simple things that I do every day that I feel add a little whisper of elegance or a touch of elegance, a whisper of femininity to the things that I'm going to do each day anyway. So if you would like to know more about these things, well then let me welcome you to Always Classy and Elegant, aka ACE Academy. I am Brandi, your host, coach, and mentor, and as a certified international etiquette consultant, I'm here to help you get the knowledge and tools you need to be your best self. Now, on this channel, we talk about ways to cultivate a classy and elegant lifestyle that is grounded in etiquette. So it's not just one topic on this channel, but we talk about life. So if you are interested in learning more, that sounds like a good plan to you. Well, then like this video, subscribe, share it with a friend, and make sure that you come back and follow me on all social media platforms for more elegance, etiquette, and life advice. So, ladies, let's glide into it. Okay, ladies, habit number one is making dressing a ritual, an elegant ritual. So I like to make it feel like something that's a little ceremonial, if you will. I like to take whatever I'm going to wear for the day and I'll lay it out across my bed. And I encourage you to do the same thing. So whether you like to lay your outfit out the night before, certainly do that, or lay it across your bed or wherever it is that you get dressed. I like to arrange it nicely, so I don't just throw it or toss it across the bed, but I arrange it on the bed so I can get a better view of how it would look. And I like to include my accessories or undergarments. That way I get to see how everything looks together, and I've got it in a nice pretty arrangement that's visually pleasing. I also like to use a pretty tray to carry my fragrances, my jewelry, my body creams, and accessories from one location to another. Since I'm getting dressed in my bedroom, I'll put that on my bed as well. And I've got everything arranged right there for me in something that is visually pleasing and aesthetic, and it just looks pretty. Now, I have an elegant edit for you. Kind of an old school thing, but let's bring it back because it works, and that is spray your lingerie drawer with a light lingerie fragrance or a body mist, or use sachets. The point here is you get that little uplifting whiff of a fragrance every time you open the drawer, yet the scent is not strong enough to interfere with whatever perfumes or body creams you might wear for the day. So those are some things that I like to do when I'm getting dressed. I like to let the moment whisper, today I choose elegance. Habit number two is serve yourself beautifully. I like to use my crystal trays and my nice china because why save the prettiest things for guests? So pull out that crystal tray, pull out your fine china. In the evenings, I like to arrange my chocolate snack on a pretty crystal tray. I like to sip my water or tea or beverage from a pretty crystal glass. And if I'm going to have tea, and sometimes even with my coffee, I like to serve myself from the nice fine china tea set, because why save these things to serve someone you admire when you are someone you admire? So serve yourself beautifully because you deserve it, my darling. Now, I prefer crystal glasses for my drinkware more often than not, and you can find a plethora of beautiful glasses at stores like Home Goods at affordable prices. So you can find crystal ware, you can find nice china tea sets. They're not going to be your most expensive fine china, but they're still very pretty, nice, delicate pieces that add a touch of class to your daily activities. And the thing about this that I want you to remember, ladies, is it's not about it being expensive. It's about your mindset, because a high quality mindset leads to high quality behavior, and that leads to a high quality life. Habit 3 is ambiance with intention. I like to make sure that my atmosphere is what I want it to be for whatever given moment or occasion it is. So the lighting, the scent, the visual aesthetic of it is very important to me, and I set it every day throughout the day with intention. So whether it's lighting a candle in a pretty hurricane, or dimming the lighting for your space, or making it brighter for your space if that's what the time calls for. Right now, it's still kind of early afternoon. I'm not ready to dim the lights to transition into my evening ritual, and I'm still doing a little bit of work, obviously. So brighter lighting makes sense for right now. But whatever the lighting is, it should fit your mood and it should fit the occasion. I like to set fragrance diffusers throughout my house, and I like to make sure that whatever room I walk into, that it smells good. So consider that, whether it's a candle or a fragrance diffuser, use those to your liking throughout the day. In fact, on the topic of fragrance, it is so important, more important than we realize. Now, you know, I usually have a story to tell you during these videos, and today is no exception. Of course, I've got a story that I'd like to share with you. And this is one that I almost didn't read. So I am in some other fragrance groups on other social networking platforms. I think I've told you before, I am a fragrance fanatic. So yes, I'm in these platforms where we talk about different scents and make recommendations for each other, swap and do all the like. There was a post that I came across, which was a pretty long post, which I normally don't read them. If they look like a book, I typically don't read them, but something beckoned me to read this post that day, and I am so glad that I did. So, to make a long story short, the person who posted that particular story is a therapist, and she was recounting how she took on a child client, which she normally does not do, but for whatever reason, she decided to take on this particular client that is a little girl. Long story short, the little girl, during their last session, hugged her and told her that she liked coming to her and talking with her as she began to open up and blossom throughout their time with each other. And she said, when the therapist asked her why that was, and she said, because it always smells good in here. It smells, basically the scent of her perfume reminded her of cookies. It reminded her of home. It reminded her of comfort and safety. And this lady's perfume made this little girl feel safe in her therapy sessions, to the point that this little darling saved up her allowance and bought her a mini bottle of one of her favorite perfumes. I think it may have, I don't even recall, it may have been Lancome's La Vie Belle. I think that's what it was. That is specifically one of the fragrances she mentioned that she wears on a regular basis. And it almost brought me to tears to read the story of how this therapist's perfume impacted this little girl and made her feel safe. I share this with you to share the fact that fragrance is more than just smelling good. It evokes feelings, emotions, and senses, and it's so important. So take some inventory or time to evaluate your atmosphere where you are on a regular basis, wherever it is that you spend a lot of your time, and think about, how does it smell? Because the smell, the scent, is part of the ambiance. And does it smell like something that makes you feel good, whether you want to feel cozy and comfortable, or energetic and uplifted, or I don't know, glamorous, expensive, whatever it is that makes you feel good on a regular basis, or for the time being. Take some control over enacting that in your space. So curate your spaces to be those that make you feel good and make you want to linger in them. Habit number 4, cloth over convenience. So ladies, something I do every day that you can do too is, when I am eating, I use a cloth napkin. Whether I am eating at home or if I'm at work, I like to sit with my cloth napkin over my lap. This is an added touch of elegance because it helps you to keep in good practice with using your napkin properly if you know proper dining etiquette. If you don't fear. I've got my comprehensive dining course coming soon. However, it's elegant to take care of the place where we live, which is planet Earth. So by using a cloth napkin more regularly, you can avoid single-use items. It's about taking a moment, whether you are dining with someone or by yourself, taking that moment to honor yourself and honor the moment, and doing it with grace. So whether this can also apply to handkerchiefs, and I know that's something that's old school. We should bring it back. I do also keep a handkerchief on deck. I keep it in my car. I find that it's so much better for things such as cleaning your glasses than using a paper napkin, which may scratch the lenses. And I remember as a little girl, the things we remember, so strange, right? But as a little girl growing up, there was a time or two where I may have used the bottom of my dress or skirt to clean my little sunglasses or glasses. I did wear glasses as a little girl as well. And I remember my grandmother reprimanding me and telling me not to do that. A lady does not use her clothing to clean things. Use a napkin or a handkerchief. And of course, my grandmother had a number of handkerchiefs, some of which I do still have to this day. So honor yourself, your clothing, the moment, and use these fabric accoutrements that have gone by the wayside over the years, but you can certainly bring them back. Just because they are not popular in the mass media doesn't mean that they are outdated, because ladies, grace and class are always in style. Okay. Habit number 5, fresh flowers. Nothing elevates a room, uplifts a space, and even your spirits like fresh flowers or plants around. You don't need a reason. Beauty is the reason, and it's a perfect way to add a nice, beautiful, classy, elegant touch to your space. So you can do something as simple as a single stem in a vase. You don't have to go big or be grandiose with it. Sometimes it's the simple things that make the most impact. So another story to share with you here. I heard some time ago someone who is in the business of teaching women how to elevate their lifestyle, level up, if you will, mentioned that you're not elegant if you have fake flowers around. While there may be some truth to that, I do understand the modern living and the modern world. Some of us travel a lot. Some of us just don't have a green thumb at all. Technically, I don't. Fresh flowers do require a little bit of maintenance in order to keep them alive as long as you can, and to have them looking and smelling their best. You do need to change the water every 2 to 3 days. You do need to do some things to prep your stems before you put them into a vase. So with that, I just say, okay, I heard that. Take it with a grain of salt. If you're someone who travels a lot, I'm sure the last thing you want to do is come home to find your beautiful bouquet wilted and slumped over, potentially even smelling a bit rancid. That wouldn't be good. So if that is you, you just don't have the time and or the patience to deal with regular flowers on a regular basis, and if your budget does not afford you to have someone come in and deliver and switch out the flowers on a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly basis, whatever it might be, consider getting real touch flowers. So the thing here is, yes, they're still faux, but the point is for them to not scream, "I'm fake!" You would really have to get close to them and give them some really close examination in order to determine whether or not that particular piece of floral decor is real or not. So yes, it does cost a little bit more, but that pays off in the long run, because there is a benefit in something that does provide more of an energy uplift when it appears to be real, if it is not. So go ahead and spend the extra money on getting realistic looking, real touch flowers that feel real to the touch. Habit number 6 that I have for you is moving with poise. We live in a society that rushes us so much. Things are fast-paced. We can get information fast. We drive fast. We want to do everything fast, pay for things fast, search a video or movie and have it play fast. My gosh, let's take some moments to walk slower. Think about it. When have you ever seen that really classy, elegant, sophisticated looking woman rushing? You haven't. She might be late, but she's taking her time. She may be late, but she said, you know what? If I'm late, I'm still going to enjoy my morning, my day, my afternoon. Consider walking slower. Of course, always consider your posture, standing straight, lifting and lengthening throughout your core as you are walking. Speak a little bit more softly. We live in a society that through the media has promoted being loud and brash, and I will say crass. We don't have to be that way, ladies. In fact, being more subtle may in fact be the way to, I'm not saying that we should do this for attention, but if you want to command attention, being a little softer spoken at times, being more subtle, can be the way to get that, command that respect and attention so that people do pay attention when you do speak. Think about it. Jackie Kennedy, for example. When did we ever hear Jackie's voice elevate? If there's a clip out there, somebody please send it to me, because I don't recall in all of the movies, documentaries, or clips that I've seen, I don't recall ever hearing Jackie Kennedy's voice elevate to much more than a whisper. But when she spoke, people paid attention. People were captivated. They were hanging on to her every word. So think about that and let your presence linger like lovely perfume in the room. Okay, ladies, my last habit for you, number 7, is do one elegant piece of input daily. So by that I mean whether it's reading I won't say just a scripture, a chapter of the Bible. If you can only afford time for a scripture, then do that. But reading from the Bible daily, reading from an etiquette book or a classic novel daily, doing something that grounds you and helps to feed your intelligence, your spirit, and your soul on a daily basis. Because, ladies, you want to let what you consume refine you. It shouldn't define you, but it should refine you to be the best that you can be. It should not, what is the word that I'm looking for here? It should not contaminate you. We do need to be careful about what we allow our eyes to see and our ears to hear. So I once again encourage you to take some inventory of the things that you watch, the things that you allow yourself to listen to, and make sure that whatever it is that you're taking in on a regular basis, that it feeds you, refines you, refreshes you. Because ladies, we've got to realize elegance is not just worn, it is cultivated from within first. So ladies, that's it for my daily habits that I have for you. I will not call these micro habits because though they may be small daily gestures, if you will, their impact is any and everything but micro. When you do these things on a daily basis, it only helps to add to your class and elegance. So we've got to remember that elegance is never accidental, but it's layered with our daily choices and activities. Let it be layered with beauty. Let me know in the comments which of these you plan to apply to your daily life, and if you've got some recommendations that I didn't mention here, then share them with us so that we can all learn and grow from each other as well. So ladies, if you are interested in curating a more elegant life, then I also encourage you to enroll in ACE Academy Etiquette for deeper training in etiquette and elegance related topics. I will link below where you can see my books and course offerings. And so that is it for now, ladies. So you know what to do, my darlings. Like, subscribe, stay soft, and remember, always keep it classy and elegant. Take care and bye for now.